All right, let's talk about something that affects millions and millions of people, not knowing if the lights will stay on. You know, that unreliable access to electricity? Today, we're going to look at how some communities are fighting back, and we're zeroing in on a really cool case study from Lilongwe, Malawi. It turns out solar technology is becoming a real game changer there. So, yeah, let's dive right in. I mean, this question really hits home for so many folks in Lilongwe, right? You know that feeling? One minute everything's fine, the next, poof, the lights go out, your work just stops, everything gets put on hold. And look, we're not talking about a rare thing here. For some, this is a daily struggle. But what if there was a really dependable solution starting to pop up to fix this? And that's where a company called FAPVT comes into the picture. They're one of the groups right at the front of this big change happening in the long way. So let's take a closer look at what they're doing and the role they're playing in all of this. So FEPVT, that stands for Frederick Electrical and PV Technologies. They're a company that's based right there in the Lilongwe. And what's really interesting is their laser focus. They specialize in professional solar and electrical setups for, regular homes, schools, and local businesses. They're not trying to be a jack of all trades. Nope, they're specialists. And their whole goal is to solve that local energy problem we've been talking about. Okay, so what does being a specialist actually mean? Like, what do they do? Let's break down the services they offer to see exactly how they're tackling this. And here, you can see the whole shebang. It's so much more than just, slapping some panels on a roof. They handle the entire system, from installing the solar panels and the batteries to hooking it all up with the wiring for the whole house. But what's really key, and this is super important, is that they stick around. They offer maintenance, they help with troubleshooting, because let's be honest, that ongoing support is absolutely essential if you want your solar system to be reliable for years to come. Okay, a list of services is great and all, but what's the why behind it? What's the driving force? That brings us to their mission. Why exactly are they doing all this? This right here, this quote, it just gets straight to the point. The words that jump out at me are reliable, affordable, and clean. This tells you it's not about selling some kind of fancy luxury gadget. Their mission is to actually fix the fundamental electricity problems by making solar a real, sustainable option for the average person or business. And that word, affordable, man, that is just so critical. So with a mission like that, what does it actually mean for a customer? For you. Let's look at the real advantages they bring to the table. It really comes down to three main pillars, three big promises. First up is professional workmanship. Basically, they make sure the whole system's installed correctly so it's safe and runs like it's supposed to. Then that's combined with affordable prices, which is all about making this tech available to more people. And when you put those two together, you get the third pillar, trusted service. The idea is simple. If you get something that's built well, and it doesn't break the bank, you're going to trust the people who did it. All right, so if you're in Lilongwe and this sounds like something you'd be interested in, what's the next step? Let's look at how you can actually get started. It's pretty straightforward. You can reach out to them directly, give them a call, send a WhatsApp message, or shoot them an email. This is for anyone who wants to chat about getting a solar setup or needs any other kind of electrical work done. And we'll leave it on their tagline, which I think is pretty powerful, powering your future with smart energy solutions. It's more than just a catchy phrase, isn't it? It really speaks to a bigger shift that's happening, not just in Lilongwe, but all over the world. And it kind of leaves you with the big question to chew on. As this kind of technology becomes easier for everyone to get, how is it going to completely change our relationship with energy and, empower communities everywhere? Something to think about.